Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Nathan, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing a review on the Beats by Dre Powerbeats Pro. So if you're in the market for a pair of truly wireless headphones that are tailored more towards fitness and exercise, then these are probably the ones for you, and I'm sure you've heard of them. They're very popular, especially if you're clicking on this video right now. But before I get into my review, if you're new to this channel and you're interested in tech, just like I am, then please subscribe. It'll help me out a lot, and I don't want you to miss any future content I have coming up. And so without wasting any more of your time, here is my review of the Beats by Dre Powerbeats Pro. So starting off with the actual design of the earbuds themselves, these come in at 0.9 inches tall, 2.3 inches long, 1.5 inches wide, and weigh 11 grams. These are considerably larger than the AirPods Pro, but this is because of their over-the-ear hook design. The over-the-ear hook is firm but adjustable, and once you have the right placement, they sit very comfortably and snug. And with this, you're able to move and bend the ear hook to fit your ear how it should properly. They did a great job designing these with dispersing the weight around your ear. Part of it comes from how it sits on top of your ear, and the other part comes from where it sits inside of your ear with the in-ear tip. And because of this, it never feels too heavy in one spot or another, and you honestly kind of forget that they're there after a little bit. One thing I've noticed that I'd like to point out is if you adjust these too tightly around your ears, then after about an hour use, from what I've noticed, you do start to feel a pressure right behind your ear bone, and all it takes is for you just to loosen them up a little bit, pull them the other way, and you're gonna be all set again. These earbuds also feature an in-ear tip, which I really do like. This helps create a seal and allows for passive noise cancellation from the outside world. And to help you get the proper fit, the packaging does come with 4 different size ear tips. I currently wear the mediums as these fit me the best. Looking around the actual features of this earbud, the Beats logo is actually a button itself, and this has multi-press functionality. So if you press it once, this will play or pause a song. If you double tap it, it'll skip forward a track. If you triple tap it, it skips back a track. And if you hold the Beats button, you can activate your voice assistant. Just above the Beats logo is a physical volume rocker. Towards the ear hook is volume up, and towards the back of it is volume down. And I really enjoy having physical buttons on these because when you're in mid-workout and things are intense, having that actual tactile feedback of being able to tell if you're changing the volume or a song, how many clicks you're doing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It's just very nice to actually have a physical button there, and I do like that about them. And they're also on both earbuds themselves. They're not just on one. A quick little side note, these are also IPX4 rated, which means that they're sweat and water resistant. So you don't have to worry about these getting damaged if you're sweating a lot during a workout or on a long run, and they're gonna be perfectly fine. So now taking a look at the case for the Powerbeats Pro, this is a really big case compared to other truly wireless headphones. These come in at 1.7 inches tall, 3 inches long, 3 inches wide, and weigh about 80 grams. So even though you can fit these in your pocket, I really don't think it's comfortable. It's very big, bulky, heavy, and it really does show a bulge through your jeans or through any sort of shorts. If you're wearing sweat shorts, they'll swish around in your pockets, and it's very noticeable. So I just do not recommend these for putting in your pocket. So I got these when they were first released, and they were only available in this matte black finish at the time. And this has held up really well from scuffs and scrapes and marks, and it's held up way better than what my AirPods Pro case has. I leave these in the front pocket of my backpack where I have keys in there, I have lanyards, just different stuff that could scratch it up. And it looks great right now. After almost 2 years of being there, this really does hold up well to wear and tear. And even the earbuds themselves, after sweating in them, because I use these to work out in, all you need to do is just take a rag or something and clean them off, and they pretty much look brand new. And I really wish the AirPods Pro came in a matte black finish because this is proving to work well for them. So opening up the case, you can see that there's 2 slots for the Powerbeats Pros, and you just pop them in, they sit there magnetically. On the front, there's a little button that you can press, and this is for connectivity and resetting the headphone. And one thing about these is that they do not support wireless charging, which I really wish they did because I use that on my AirPods all the time. but they do come with a lightning cable. So at least if you have an iPhone, you can use that same cable to charge both your phone and the Powerbeats Pro. Since Apple and Beats have partnered up, similar to the AirPods Pro, these also feature the new H1 chip inside, and it makes connectivity a breeze between an iPhone and these devices. To connect the Powerbeats Pro, all you have to do is to make sure the headphones are in the case, open up the case, and press and hold the button inside. Within a second or two, you'll get a notification on your iPhone, and you press the connect button, and then it'll ask you to hold down the button again for 5 seconds, and then you'll be able to listen to music. You'll see a little animation come up, there'll be a little setup menu, you just skip over that, and you're good to go. And that whole setup process is just for the initial setup. The first time you connect them to your phone, you have to do that. After that, because the H1 connectivity, all you have to do is just every time you take out your Powerbeats Pros, they're going to connect automatically, and you don't have to go through any settings to connect them. One important thing I want to point out is that these also do support the one headphone playback ability. And so with that, you're able to have one headphone in, play music, listen to whatever, while the other one's inside charging. So you don't have to have both of them out or both of them in the case at the same time. They work individually. And that's also great because they each have their own set of physical buttons on them. So you can play, pause a track, turn the volume on it, and it's really great how they work independent of each other. So going over the battery life with these, the Powerbeats Pro have a great battery life, and honestly I'd hope so with how big they are. They're able to put a bigger battery inside of them. So on one charge, the Powerbeats Pro can get 9 hours of listening time, and when you combine that with the case, you can get a total of 24 hours of combined battery life. What's great is that the case also supports fast charging, so you can charge up to an hour and a half of listening time by just plugging in your headphone case for 5 minutes. So when you get to the gym and you find that your case is dead or that your headphones are dead, all you have to do is plug it in for 5 minutes and it should last you your whole workout. It's happened to me a couple times. I'd run to my car, plug in my little USB media player, and I'd be good in 5 minutes. And I love that feature about these. So one thing I have noticed with charging these that I want to point out to you is that the sitting area inside the case for the earbuds themselves, it's kind of big, and the magnets, they do sit in there, but not every single time when you go to put them in do they properly sit in the charging magnet. And so when this happens, one or maybe even both of the Powerbeats Pros themselves won't charge, and they're actually going to sit in an idle mode, and they're going to look to like connect with your phone. And it's happened to me before, and I go back the next day and one of them is just completely dead and one of them is fully charged. One way to check for this is if after your workout, maybe like 10-15 minutes later, go and look through like your devices that you can connect to, and if you see that your Powerbeats Pros are able to connect with, that means one of them is not sitting in the case properly and it's looking to connect with your phone. So just something to be aware of, because it's happened to me a handful of times since I've had them, and it's definitely very annoying when you get there and one of them's dead. So now for the most important part, how do these sound? And I know Beats has a reputation in the past of not making headphones that sound the best. They sound kind of cheap and they're really bass heavy, but it's like a bad distorted bass. And I'm here to tell you that surprisingly, these are some of the best sounding headphones that I own. The first thing that you'll notice when you try these out for the first time is how deep and rich the bass is. You can actually feel the bass on bass heavy songs with these, and I love that about them. When I'm working out, I usually listen to like NF or some rap. You can feel the music and it gets me hyped, it gets me pumped up, and I love this about these. And the thing about the bass is that it's not overpowering either. The mids and the highs still sound crystal clear, and they do all balance out together even though it is more bass heavy. Another thing is that these also get really loud, and I love that about them. And at high volumes though, you don't hear any distortion either. The bass is just way up there in the front, the highs are screaming, and it really all does sound great together, and I'm honestly genuinely shocked at how good these sound, how loud they get without distorting, especially a product coming from Beats. So these are definitely tailored to the more pop, hip hop, rap kind of culture of music, but honestly you can listen to anything. I've listened to rock in these, I've listened to indie, pop, and they all really do sound great. So I'm just trying to let everyone know about like the little flaws and stuff I've had with these. And one thing I've noticed with them, and it's happened a lot honestly, it's not to the point where it's like, oh, don't get them. Every once in a while when I'm listening to music, one power beat will kind of like lag behind, maybe slightly disconnect. I don't know what happens, but it gives this like little echo effect in your head, and you can really hear it in the music. And what I found that fixes that is that you go to like your connectable devices in your settings on your phone, and you switch from the Powerbeats to your iPhone speaker, and you go back to the Powerbeats, and then they resync up, and it's no problem after that. But it's something that has happened to me, and I do want to point it out to you guys. So I also did a noise bleeding test with these, and they do bleed more noise than the AirPods Pro. If you go back and check out my other video, you can kind of compare the difference. What I've noticed is that because these get so loud, this is why you're able to hear them more. With the seal effect from the in-ear tips, it's not terrible. At 100% volume, you can hear your music coming from your headphones, and other people will be able to hear it, but I don't think it's to the point where it's as bad as the original AirPods. But so you can hear for yourself, this is what they sound like at 100% volume. So I also did a test at around 75 to 80% volume, and it's not that bad, honestly. You can hear it, it's very faint, but it's definitely very manageable. So you can hear for yourself, this is what they sound like at 75 to 80% volume. So for my final thoughts on the Powerbeats Pros, I genuinely think that these are some of the best truly wireless training, fitness-oriented headphones that you can get right now. The over-the-ear hook design makes them super secure, and whether you're doing burpees, running, doing the Stairmaster, squatting, I've never had a problem with them feeling they're gonna fall out or even slightly move out of place. They always stay right there, and I love that about these. They get really loud, the highs and mids sound great, and these have some of the deepest and hardest punching bass notes that I've heard in any in-ear headphones before. And I really think that you're gonna enjoy that too if you're into that kind of music. So these originally cost $249 at the time when I bought them when they first came out, but I just checked online and you can get them right now from Apple, Best Buy, or Amazon for $200. So you're already saving $50 off it. And so that's gonna be it for the review. If you learned something new, if I helped you make a purchase decision, or if you liked the video, then please drop a like and subscribe, as I have more videos coming in the future. So until the next video, have a great rest of your day, everyone, and cheers.